ChatGPT relate ACIM to the movie Trapped in Paradise. Trapped in Paradise through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACIM. Trapped in Paradise is a warm-hearted comedy about guilt, selfishness, forgiveness, kindness, and the surprising power of innocence. Through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACIM, it becomes a delightful lesson in how love can dissolve defenses that fear could never overcome. At its heart, the movie asks, can kindness transform people who have become trapped in their own selfishness and guilt? ACIM would answer, love naturally heals what fear has made. The ego's plan. The three brothers arrive with a simple plan. Take what they want, avoid consequences, look out for themselves. This is the ego's strategy in miniature. The ego believes happiness comes through getting, taking, winning, protecting its own interests. The movie quickly begins exposing the limitations of this approach. Paradise as a state of mind. The title itself is wonderfully symbolic. The brothers become trapped in paradise. ACIM teaches that heaven is not a location, it is a state of mind. Ironically, the very place they initially wish to escape becomes the environment that begins softening their hearts. The movie beautifully illustrates how perception determines experience. Innocence melts defenses. One of the strongest ACIM themes in the film is innocence. The townspeople repeatedly respond with generosity, kindness, and trust. The brothers expect suspicion. They encounter love. ACIM teaches that innocence recognized in another helps us remember innocence in ourselves. The movie repeatedly demonstrates this miracle. Guilt and self-concept. The brothers carry guilt beneath their tough exteriors. The ego survives through guilt. It constantly reinforces the belief that we are flawed, separate, and undeserving. ACIM teaches that guilt is the glue holding the ego together. The film gradually reveals how kindness begins loosening guilt's grip. Seeing people differently. At first, the townspeople are viewed as obstacles. Later, they become friends, family, teachers. ACIM defines a miracle as a shift in perception. The movie is filled with these shifts. Nothing external changes dramatically. What changes is how people are seen. The unexpected classroom. The brothers think they are trapped. In truth, they have entered a classroom. ACIM teaches that every circumstance can become a classroom for forgiveness and healing. The town becomes exactly that, the place where old patterns begin unraveling. Giving versus taking. The ego asks, what can I get? The Holy Spirit asks, what can I give? As the story unfolds, the brothers slowly move from taking to giving. So now this mirrors one of ACIM's central teachings. Giving and receiving are the same. The movie beautifully illustrates this principle. Forgiveness. The townspeople repeatedly extend forgiveness where judgment might be expected. ACIM teaches that forgiveness recognizes that mistakes do not define identity. The movie reflects this gentle perspective throughout. The happy dream. ACIM describes the happy dream as a state where forgiveness replaces judgment and joining replaces separation. Trapped in Paradise often feels like a cinematic version of the happy dream. Fear softens, relationships heal, love becomes more important than self-interest. The world remains, but its purpose changes. The central reflection. The ego watches Trapped in Paradise and asks, how do I get away with it? How do I protect myself? What's in it for me? The Holy Spirit watches Trapped in Paradise and asks, what happens when I allow kindness to change my perception? Viewed through ACIM, the movie becomes a joyful lesson about innocence, forgiveness, and the healing power of love. The brothers' journey symbolizes the movement from selfishness toward joining and from guilt toward acceptance. The deepest message may be, the ego believes happiness comes through taking. The Holy Spirit teaches that happiness comes through giving. When we stop seeing others as obstacles and begin seeing them as brothers, the walls built by guilt begin to dissolve. Sometimes paradise is not a place we find. It is a perception we finally allow ourselves to accept. Go to mwge.org to find full movie and commentary by David Hoffmeister.